15 years. That's how long it's been since one of the largest inland oil spills in U.S. history impacted the Kalamazoo River.
The oil was so thick it was like molasses coming over the dam.
On July 25th, 2010, Enbridge's Line 6B pipeline burst into Talmadge Creek, releasing more than 1 million gallons of tar sands oil into the Kalamazoo River.
They were able to stop it at Morrow Lake, that it didn't go any further than that. But it was a very large incident that happened here.
15 years later, major restoration efforts have taken place. The reintroduction of native plants and wildlife, efforts to remove pollution, and erosion control mechanisms put in place along the riverbanks. The area is also the homeland of many tribes. In 2019, Enbridge partnered with Seventh Legacy to ensure Indigenous people had a voice in the restoration efforts.
We incorporated um, plants that were important to our culture. So we spent a lot of time doing sweetgrass restoration. We planted cedar trees along here. We put together what we would call an edible foodscape or landscape, if you will. We planted dozens of blueberry plants, raspberries.
Enbridge spent more than $1 billion cleaning up the spill. Brent Rush, the technical manager of tribal engagement for Enbridge, says the spill led to better training practices for employees.
Yeah, Enbridge took a lot of lessons away from what happened in Marshall. A lot of procedures have changed, how the pipeline operates, how we interact with the community, even procedures about turning a pipeline back on if there's an issue. Lots of independent verification checks.
Restoration efforts included the removal of the Ceresco Dam. Kenneth Kornheiser, the vice president of the Kalamazoo River Watershed Council, has paddled on the river since before the spill and wonders how dam removal would have unfolded without the disaster.
Was an area that was essentially strip mined at the time of the cleanup to remove tar sands from the bottom, and so that area is greatly altered. It's hard to know how much different the alteration would have been if it had been done when there wasn't a spill.
Other areas of concern for locals include the potential for adverse health impacts and submerged oil that was left to prevent further environmental damage. Enbridge tells us that the health and safety of residents in the area that were impacted has been a top priority for them since the incident happened. A 2012 study from the Michigan Department of Community Health concluded contact with submerged oil does not cause long-term health effects or a higher than normal risk of cancer. A 2015 report said people are not expected to have long-term effects from breathing the oil-related chemicals immediately after the spill. As for submerged oil pockets, Enbridge stated a very small percentage of the oil stuck to particles of suspended sediment, and some did settle to the river bottom. The oil never became denser than the water at any time. This submerged oil was subsequently removed through agitation of the sediment and dredging. Restoration efforts were not the only part of the process for Enbridge. Seventh Legacy facilitated a ceremony between tribal elder spiritual leaders and Enbridge executives.
We told them, if you want to do this, if you want to start somewhere, don't start with the people. Start with creation, start with the land, start with the water. Come here with an open heart and a willingness to be open and speak to the nature around you and tell them you're sorry, that we're humans and we're flawed, we made a mistake.
Reporting in Marshall, Michigan, Rachel Schuett, VNN.